Tuesday, so that means we're going to take out some trash. A couple weeks ago, I tore apart this photograph album, cut it down, added a spine to it, and I want to use some more trash up and get some pages ready. So these are also from some vintage scrapbooks. I started folding them and that didn't go so hot. So I'm going to try that again. Just laying a ruler here so that it's more or less square. This is masking tape from, there's the end, from Staples. I think it's, I don't know, 5/8. Okay. So the pages need to be 7 inches high, and when folded, 5 1/4. So it was the folding that was the difficult part. It was just falling apart. And I said 5 1/4, right? Okay, there's one. I think there's 5, 3, 4, 5 signatures, so we'll need a few. This one actually didn't turn out too bad. Honestly, I did score them before I bent them, and that wasn't helpful. Might have to do some experimenting on some of the little pieces that I am chopping off to see what this paper will tolerate, whether it will tolerate some, maybe some gesso and a stencil, or some ink and a stencil, or who knows. 2 down, several to go. I just wanted to use this up because they were in big sheets, and there's just nowhere to store them. So I thought, oh, I'll use them up in this little junky book that I started, which is going to turn out adorbs. Totes adorbs. There we go. This is going to be boring. I'm so sorry. But it's Tuesday. You know what you get when it's Tuesday. Just whiskers have to come off the top. This one nearly torn in half. I don't know if I told you this story already or not. So Friday evening, I went to the grocery store. It been a hot, sunny day. And I just felt so terrible for everybody that was at the encampment. And I was not there all day. I was at the office more than half of the day. So I was dropping somebody off at 6 o'clock, I guess it was. And I said to the folks there, oh, I did tell you this story. Okay, I'm going to tell again anyway, because I needed this story. It renewed my faith in the general goodness of humanity. So I said to the folks that were kind of standing around where I pulled in, I said, I'm going to come back in about 2 hours, and I am bringing icy cold watermelon. And they got really excited about that, because that's a treat, and especially with it having been so hot. Oh, that was too short, Nancy. Couldn't get it off my fingers. So I went to sort of a lower priced grocery store, because I thought that's where I was going to find the best price. And I was standing right in front of the cherries, and I had out my phone because I have an app on my phone called Flip, and you can search by item. It searches local. It's called Flip with 2 P's. It searches local flyers for the best prices for things, if indeed they're in the flyers. So, you know, you want butter, you type in butter, and it tells you where's the best price to get butter, or the best, or if you're price matching somewhere, you can use the Flip to price match. So I'm standing in front of the produce, right in front of the cherries, as a matter of fact. And a man... Oh, I did that wrong. Why does it have a... I'm just going to cover it up. Why not? I clearly folded it in the wrong place. And there was a man standing in front of me, and I looked up and I said, oh, I'm so sorry. When I get focused, I just forget that other people exist. And he said, oh, that's okay. And I said, those cherries look really good. And he said, yeah, I have a cherry tree. I planted a cherry tree, but it's going to be a few years before we get any cherries off it. And I said, well, that'll be nice because they can be pricey. And he said, yeah. I said, but you know what? You've worked hard. You deserve it. Let me check to see if there's a better price anywhere in town on my phone. And I said, no, I'm sorry. This is going to be the best price for cherries. I said, I was looking for watermelon myself. I've been working with the encampment at Weber in Victoria. And I promised them a watermelon party tonight. And he said, oh, can I buy you some fruit to take? And I said, oh, that'd be really nice. And he says, I'll tell you what, I'll go and pay for it, and then I'll come back and I'll give you the receipt so that you can show that it's been paid for already. And I said, all right, that sounds super duper. I did it again, didn't I? Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm messing up, so I'm not going to be careful anymore. I'm just going to go at it with my ears pinned back. I have no idea what that means. Must be something from my childhood. So I'm loading up watermelon. I got 5 little watermelons. I think they were, I don't know, $4.98 a piece or $5.98 a piece, something like that. Threw them in my cart, and the man came back and he had cherries, plums, oranges. He had a bag full of fruit. And I immediately took a picture and sent it to Catherine. I said, Catherine, people are nice again. I don't hate them all. My faith in humanity has been restored, because I had a bad week with people who don't quite get what homelessness is all about. And it's not exactly what some people think. Because until you are up close and personal with it, yeah, just as they say, walk a mile in their moccasins, right? So there's a group on Facebook, a local group that does that helps or purports to help people in need, and I believe they do. In fact, one lady from this agent, it's not an agency, it's an informal group. She comes twice a week and brings meals for people, and that's how I found out about the group. So the other day I was asking her, I said, the big problem is dealing with garbage here. People who leave the encampment leave their belongings behind, and people aren't quite sure if it's been abandoned or if the person's coming back, or you know, maybe they're in hospital or they're in jail or something, and you know, they just don't mess around with other people's stuff. But you know, a windstorm comes up, blows things around, rainstorm knocks their tent down, critters get in and drag stuff out. So it's a mess. It's a mess, really. And so I asked her, you know, do you think a group from your, we could get a small group from your organization together to, you know, put together a work detail to come and clean up some of the garbage? And she said, oh yeah, here, join our group and we'll talk to so-and-so and, you know, get that going. And I said, okay, great. So I joined the group and I posted a message saying, you know, when I'm working intensely with this particular encampment. It's not the only one in the region. In fact, there's another one closer. Closer to me, that I haven't even visited yet, because I am more than overwhelmed with what I'm doing right now with this group. And it's a Facebook group. And I was overwhelmed by the negative comments I got. We're teaching these people to be helpless, and you know, we've done enough for this encampment. We're not doing anything, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. You know, my 4-year-old can clean up after themselves. It just went on and on and on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I do have one more piece. This is a slightly different color. It was a different scrapbook though. And only 2 people said they would help. And everybody else was awful. And and I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I have a master's degree. I have a bachelor's degree in social work. I was a nurse for 22 years working in mental health. I think I know what I'm doing. I think I know what, being a good example is. I don't feel like I'm enabling anybody. Trust me. And one person actually pointed that out and said, the original poster, you're missing the point. The original poster said she is a social worker and she's been working intensely with this group for some time. And then somebody else posted, just because you go to school doesn't mean you know anything. All right. It's tough. Anyway. But I just thought, I thought this was a group that helped people. I don't know. Anyway. So the one lady, she did come. She brought tools. She brought shovels, rakes, boxes of garbage bags, gloves. She must have spent a fortune. And she stayed for an hour, and then she said she was overwhelmed and she had to go. And which I understood. It's a huge, overwhelming problem, and it's not easy. She did her best, and by God, she spent money on it too. So I got no complaints about that at all. And now at least I have something to work with. And the point is, if I pick up a rake and start raking up garbage, somebody else from the group will hold a garbage bag for me, or will hold a shovel for me to rake the garbage onto. And pretty soon we're talking. And we're talking about, what led you to be here? Where were you before? Do you have plans? Because, it's August now, but winter's coming, my darling. Get into conversations, and it's just an informal way of building trust and a relationship. And, that's how I do it. It's how I choose to do it anyway. I don't know that that's the answer, the only answer. That's my answer. So these pages are going to be heavier. But, so I thank that lady and the lady who supported me on the internet. I did take the ask down because frankly I couldn't take any more of the negative comments about people I've come to care about a great deal. Okay, so now we have 11. So with 5 signatures, I'm going to want about 25 pages, 25 to 30 pages. And so I will work on that. How are we doing for time? Oh goodness, we've got time. We've got some time. All right, so I will get back to this at a later date. I have some other pages from a scrapbook here. Frankly, I got a lot of stuff. Let's move some of this stuff. Why is this wet? What the heck is wet in there? Something's wet. Did I spill something? You know what it is? I had a little corner of a wet wipe sticking out, and it's made everything wet. Okay, well, I guess I can throw those out. This is that's a bill. I'll pay that later. Oh, I won't think about that right now. I'll let that dry. These are just little pieces of scraps. That's got to dry. That I can throw out. I think those are going to be okay. I'll put you guys there. These little scrappy scraps. I've got a bag somewhere. Here's my bag. And I thought I could cover that. And these are book pages I thought I could use for something or other. These go with the photographs book. Put my envelopes back in envelope land. These are just junk envelopes that I save. What's this? I think this is mostly photos that I stuck in here and these little shower cards. Little cards, I think, are okay. They're not. Not scraps per se. This little thing, I thought I might maybe use some of this in the photographs book. So, and I've got these pages. These are from a photograph album, and they're kind of heavy pages. They're too small to be used in a book, but they're gonna make darn fine tags. So I will keep those. These are going to be good for tags. These are going to be good for tags. That's going to be good for tag. Hey, I had some little bits from a catalog. Ah, hey, huh? From a seed catalog. Maybe, just maybe, I could do with a little collage on this bad boy. And again, this is just junk mail. I had cut out some pages from an old seed catalog for my patchwork journal, and they were just a smidge too long, so I cut off the bottoms and then tore a bit of an edge. I don't want that one, it's got a picture on it. enough. Make a nice background. Yeah, I think we're going to be just fine. Okay. Just trimming off some of this overhang stuff. Okay, this is not going to be thick enough to cover that, but maybe one of these would be. Almost. Almost. Oh, man, making a mess. Okay. This piece of book page is going to come in handy. I think I'll tear it. There we go. Okay, this is going under the mat to dry. And I need a wipe to wipe up my mess. Okay. thank you there. These little cards, I have no idea where they came from, but they're these cards, they are about 5.5 by 2.5, and they have pictures of French stamps on them, which are not very exciting and in a weird spot. And they're not old because these are euros in euros. But I had 2 packages of them. They were in these little packages. And I thought, well, those can be good tags because look at the back. So what I thought I'd do, I'm going to do it for time before I get too carried away. 36 minutes. Well, we can get started. I would grab something from this heap of stuff. Pin. Not quite. Not quite. See, it's a funny size, right? I think I can get a couple on that one. Whoa! So let's see if we can make a couple of tags out of these. I like those numbers. I got 2 of them I can use. Maybe 3. Maybe apart. Okay. I'm not going to get too carried away here because I want to sort of finish things up. But I just really enjoy the opportunity to use up some of this good stuff. Like I can use that. And I can cut it off, right? Again, here's another one. I can just sort of center that on there a bit, or even not. Kind of have it way over. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it to it. Oh, there's a little bit of marble paper too. Yeah, these are perfect. And then I can put like a fussy cut rose on top of it or something a little more. Oh, I know. I can make these tags for my patchwork journals. Okay. Okay, set that aside. This is a card. A shower card from my mother-in-law from her wedding in the 50s. Oh shoot, I forgot. This wasn't going to go all the way to the top. Nah, I'll just cut it off. Done. That is done. The back can be cut off too. Maybe I'll tear it off. Okay, another one to dry. Go. That looks cool. All right. Now, I think that's all we're going to do right now. I'm going to continue to work, and hopefully in my next video I can kind of show you how I made out and what I ended up doing. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, and yeah, come back again soon. We'll do something else fun. You take care. Bye-bye.